continue here tonight. Some members of the Limpopo ANC are being denied access to a lobby group meeting held at the Ngwako RamahlodiSports Complex in Seshego. The members who are disgruntled say that the unity in the party will never be achieved with growing political intolerance. The meeting is held in support of a slate for Stan Mathabatha to get a third term as chairperson and Treasurer Danny Msiza to become Treasury. As things stand, Msiza has stepped aside from party duties. It's according to ANC policy. Our reporter Pilani Pahadi is tracking that story. Pilani, what's happening there?
Well, earlier on, we've seen quite a number of people who were trying to come in through the gate at the time, and they were stopped and, of course, returned because they say they were not invited. So the people had blockaded the entrance here. And when we asked one of the disgruntled members, they told us it's because they feel that they hold different views to the slate that is currently being shared to the rest of the Limpopo delegates, and they feel that should not be. As a matter of fact, they should be allowed as well to lobby as the way that they are also lobbying. But let me bring in the chairperson of the ANC here in Limpopo, and that is Stan Mathabatha, just to give us an indication before even going to a lot of the details that we've seen inside. Earlier on, I've seen quite a number of people trying to gain entrance, and they were asked to return back because this is not their lobby group. Political intolerance, somewhat, one would say, is it something that does not concern you as the chairperson here in the province?
If it really indeed it happened in that fashion, it must concern me. But my understanding was not that they were returned back because they don't belong to this lobby group or whatever. It was a question of them not having been accredited beforehand, because we only wanted people that we are sure about here, that they are delegates who are there. Firstly, they must be delegates who have been elected by their branches. Two, they must share the thought that the idea and thought that we are standing for, that of unity and renewal.
And of yourself as third person, as chairperson.
Yeah, yes, and myself as a leader of a collective.
For a third term.
For the third time, yes.
Okay, that's fine. But let's now enter into that particular debate. There's been from other lobby groups saying that they are concerned that you have linked yourself to people that are perceived to be so-called linked to the defunct VBS scandal. Is that perhaps worrying you as well?
No, that really is a non-issue for me for now, because really we have done everything as a provincial government to investigate the issue of VBS. We have done everything as a provincial government to deal with everything that we have identified as the rot at VBS. If you see us associating with anyone now, it means we've got reasonable ground to believe that this person may be innocent. Remember, in South Africa, you are not guilty. You are innocent until you are proven guilty. You are presumed to be innocent until you are proven guilty. That's the Constitution of South Africa that says so.
Are you not concerned maybe as well, sorry to disturb you there, Danny Msiza coming in as secretary? Should your slate win as it is currently, you'll be the chairperson, Florence Razilan the deputy, and then Danny Msiza the secretary, and he may just be affected again by the step aside resolution. As we've seen in Mpumalanga, CBA has also stepped aside, and we've seen at eThekwini, Magumed has also stepped aside. Wouldn't that concern you that you are going into a new provincial term of executives, but you will have the engine, as so many would say, of the province not working as a full-time because he would have stepped aside?
You know, democracy remains democracy. You can't come with your own rules for democracy. If the branches of the African National Congress, in terms of the Constitution, they don't violate any rule, any law, or any single inch of it, you know, and they come and say we want Danny Msiza the provincial secretary, we can't. Why should we stop it? Why should we be concerned about that? It's democracy at play, and we must respect it. If we really want, if we really want to call ourselves real Democrats and revolutionaries, we must accept that.
As we round up, Chair, perhaps how confident are you that your delegates will deliver yourself and their collective. And are you perhaps looking at requesting the NEC to bring to assist you guys in convening the provincial conference much earlier than June the 3rd?
Yes, if you listen to a number of branches, they are actually saying that, because we have finished everything now. You know, we have finished everything, including the dispute. The disputes, I think they are almost rounding up the last few disputes. So, in as far as we are concerned, we will appreciate it if the conference can be moved forward, rather than just staying the whole month not doing anything when we are prepared for conference. So,
are you confident that your collective will be delivered at the conference?
Like the sun will always set in the west and sun will always rise in the east, I am convinced that I've never fought a losing battle. I'm a soldier. I determine my forces before I go to fight.
Wow, okay. That's, of course, very strong words there from Stan Mathabatha. They're saying that he's confident that he will retain the chairpersonship for the third term, Kathy, as you rightfully heard, and said that he will not be fighting losing battles. But I think one of the important factors they're talking about is the link to the so-called VBS brigade, as one could put it. But he had said that as far as he's concerned, people are innocent until proven guilty, and until then they are linked to who they presume innocent at this stage.
It's going to be interesting to see how the ANC and in particular the president deals with that particular matter, because we know that Stan Mathabatha has been a staunch ally and supporter. He, in fact, amongst the first in that province to declare a second term, or to announce support of a second term for President Cyril Ramaphosa.